Hey fans, welcome. We got another great week of wrestling action right here on Fox, West Virginia. Don't forget about the July Freedom Tour going on here with Mountain State Wrestling. But we got a great hour. Jason Kincaid taking on Billy Litt. Also, the main event match, Johnny Blast taking on the Maestro in a lumberjack match. That's going to be very exciting. A lot of X Factors going on in that matchup. That's our main event. But we'll be back to kick things off. Jason Kincaid, Billy Litt, right here on Fox, West Virginia. Fans, Buddy Love alongside of Dean Bibb. Dean, we got another great hour of wrestling kicking off right here with Jason the Gift Kincaid. From the mean streets of Oak Hill, West Virginia, thug through and through.
Yeah, you gotta watch that Summer League road, I'm telling you. Phenomenal wrestler.
He is a phenomenal wrestler. He can pull moves out of nowhere. He can beat you technically, he can beat you with a high flying, and he can come up with some deceptively strong maneuvers.
And he's kind of getting a reputation as crippler, Jason Kincaid, because the past 7 or 8 people who have faced him, namely Chris King, Billy Litt comes to mind, have suffered a beatdown and really had a kneecap worked over at the hands of Jason Kincaid. He's here to make a statement.
And he's going to be taking on none other than Billy Litt, former tag champion who we saw last week had a kind of a lopsided matchup against Bunkhouse Boys when he teamed up with Sean O'Sullivan.
Billy Litt, he works at 110% at 220 volts, 24/7. He's going to bring the noise out here in Union. The crowd loves him. Billy Litt going into the crowd a little bit. Kincaid, about a month ago, in his interview with you, he doesn't care about the fans. He's here to make a name for himself, win some championship gold. Wonderful interview, by the way.
Thank you.
Jason Kincaid waiting patiently for Billy to get the yah-yahs out and get in the ring. Both men, nose to nose there. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from Oak Hill, West Virginia, he is known as The Gift. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Kincaid. His opponent hails from Hotlanta, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Union, Billy Litt. Brian Bubba Kyle, your referee for this match.
Last time I saw knees like that, things on a giraffe.
Okay, we're giving props to the man in the top row, telling Jason Kincaid the last time he saw knees like that, they were on a giraffe.
I don't know if that's an insult or just something to dumbfound him to give Billy Litt the advantage.
Hey, any advantage is good advantage, right? Painted fingernails, wearing a bandana, it's an advantage.
Not bathing.
Not bathing. Big advantage, Killer Tim Brooks style. Brian Bubba Kyle taking on the first match of the day here on NWA Mountain State. We want to thank Cucumber and Company for producing our broadcast every week. for Fox West Virginia. We want to thank Fox for supporting NWA Mountain State, and for you guys just to tune in. Dean Bibb here with Buddy Love as Billy Litt takes an early advantage, only to be reversed out by the somersaulting Jason Kincaid. Kincaid applying a hammerlock. The Billy Litt looking for an inroad and a reversal by the student of Sarge Buddy Lee Parker at the WWA 4. Great takedown reversal by Kincaid, Buddy Love.
And going right to work on that left leg there. And that's one way to ground an airplane, take out one of the wheels.
You better believe it. Litt's the high flyer. Litt's the man with electricity. Sunset flip power bomb, his signature move. If he can't get a good enough base to execute it, he's not gonna pin you with it.
Nice reversal there by Billy Litt. Then a snapmare. Billy Litt to his feet. Shoulder tackle. Interesting reversal there, right into the corner.
Litt with the Hurricane Rana, though. Kincaid back to his feet. Litt somersaults over, misses the elbow. This is moving so fast you can't call it.
And down, crashing and burning, Jason the Gift Kincaid.
The Gift got tossed like yesterday's trash out of the ring. His own momentum helping Billy Litt send him.
Billy Litt faking a punch over the top rope. Baseball slide caught there by, oh Lord, dropped him hard face first right onto the unforgiving hardwood of the gymnasium here in Mountain View Elementary and Middle School.
The count's at 2. Bubba calls 3, and Jason Kincaid working over Billy Litt. That was a great move by Jason Kincaid to take the momentum away from Billy Litt. And he's just beating him into the floor. Hits the ring long enough to break Bubba's count. And going back to work on Billy Litt, these guys have no love lost for each other.
Jason Kincaid off the top rope and a leg drop right to the back of the head.
Billy Litt's eyes said tilt right there, covered by Kincaid. Litt was able to roll a shoulder up out of that.
That's just instinct. He's out. Did you see the way his forehead bounced off the ring?
And the floor.
And the floor just before that. Nice
Great.
springboard drop kick.
That Kincaid is a gifted athlete. Coming up later this hour, you got a lumberjack match between the Maestro and Johnny Blast. That's gonna be something to see. We're gonna have people around the edge of the ring. If either man gets sent out, they're gonna be beat with straps and beat with whatever they've got in their hands.
And some interesting tidbit about the Maestro. Oh, it's a drop kick right there delivered. But I tell you, the Maestro, he's not making many friends in the NWA as he's listed an open challenge to the winner of the NWA title tournament.
Which is an unprecedented event after Christian Cage was stripped of the NWA title. You've had competitors from NWA Bluegrass, NWA Virginia, all of our NWA affiliates from across the world. Out of these people, 16 wrestlers, according to the NWA, were selected based upon their reputation, their skills. Power bomb by Jason Kincaid.
What was that move again?
That's a power bomb. B-O-M to the B.
2, and Billy Litt at 2 8/9 kicks out.
Again, a hook of the leg, and Jason Kincaid will be going to the locker room as the winner. If the Stro can issue an open challenge to the winner of the tournament, more power to Stro. Of course, Team 3D being stripped of the tag team titles, that was ugly.
But effective.
And that was effective also. Billy Litt says, come on out. Beat Mr. Clothesline. Big elbow. And a drop kick by the high flyer from Hotlanta to
And another kick out there. Another near fall, Dean.
What an exciting match, and this is just the first of the hour. We got Tony Richardson taking on his former protege, Sean O'Sullivan. Beautiful, beautiful brain kick by Jason Kincaid. Signaling to his homies who are watching back home in Oak Hill.
On the stolen TV.
From the old Heilig Myers building. Almost a 3 count. Actually, the old Heilig Myers building is Spirit and Truth Ministries. Brother Sam Calloway. So we want to throw a quick salute to Spirit and Truth. Snapmare. Nope, he was going for a finisher, and Billy Litt reversed to a backslide. Great move by the Gift. Kick to the gut. Sends him across. Almost a pinning predicament by the Gift.
Bubba Kyle thrown off guard. Wasn't sure if that was a cover or a submission move. A little bit late on the count. I'm sure Jason Kincaid has something to say about that. Gonna roll him up awkwardly, but got it done.
It looked like he was going for the electricity, but it doesn't matter. He got the pin. Here is your winner by pinfall, Billy Litt. Kincaid sizing him up and charging in. Big brain kick, almost took Bubba Kyle out. Bubba signaling for the bell from timekeeper Chris Rue. Kincaid continuing to send statements out, this time at the expense of Billy Litt. Once again. Kincaid setting him up in the tree of woe. He's been working the knees over on his opponents and mounting to the top and stomping his way down. That looks like exactly what he's going to do here tonight. He's working that right knee over. That's going to rearrange some facial tissue. Jason Kincaid just humiliating Billy Litt, spitting in his face. With all that talent, drop kick to the head of the prone Billy Litt.
If he'd show this much aggression and focus during the match, maybe he wouldn't have to jump his opponents afterwards.
Well noted. Maybe someone needs to point that out to the Gift. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more NWA Mountain State Wrestling action as Mad Dog Steve Ramsey takes on NWA Mountain State Champion Frank the Tank Parker in a non-title match right after this.
Back as we saw this young man last week making his debut on NWA Mountain State Television. This is Mad Dog Steve Ramsey.
Mad Dog Steve Ramsey from Sinks Grove, West Virginia. And he's taking on the MSW champion, Frank the Tank Parker. Non-title match.
But the question is, does Frank Parker have his title back after what happened last week when Roger Ham jumped him in the locker room during an interview and took the title, and we saw him walk out here to the ring with it? Does Parker have it back yet?
We're going to find out in about 10 seconds here.
Actually closer to 45.
Well, yeah, okay.
This does have a pretty long intro.
Yeah, when you're dealing with Mean Street, you know. Eddie Van Halen, genius. Frank the Tank Parker from Christiansburg, Virginia, coming out. Non-title matchup for the NWA Mountain State Wrestling heavyweight title right here on Fox West Virginia.
And I'll tell you something, Mad Dog Steve Ramsey, if he wants to make a name for himself in NWA Mountain State, he's got a great opportunity right here.
No belt.
Mountain State heavyweight champion, but the television champion stole the belt. Roger Ham is not the heavyweight champion. He is just kidnapping the heavyweight title.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a non-title matchup. Introducing first, from Sinks Grove, West Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, Mad Dog, Steve Ramsey. His opponent is your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. He hails from Christiansburg, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen. He is Frank the Tank Parker! Charles Rue, your referee for this non-title matchup. Charles Rue checking out the champ. Mad Dog Steve Ramsey sizing him up.
Frank Parker with a noticeable size advantage here. And just based on having seen him for months here in NWA Mountain State, perhaps a little bit of an advantage as far as experience.
Well, I tell you what, if Mad Dog Steve Ramsey can pull out a victory, and he might be taking the right approach. Don't let Frank the Tank get a single breath. The champ battling back, exchanging right hands.
This is going to be a knock him down, drag him out, fisticuffs war.
Well, Frank Parker has every reason to be mad about not having his belt. Steve Ramsey may just be a whipping boy today for a very irate MSW champion.
Well, you better believe that for Steve Ramsey, this could very well be a knocker of the proverbial slobber.
Oftentimes, the proverbial slobber must be knocked. Frank the Tank Parker can brawl, he can mat wrestle, he can hit you with a drop kick. This is a man that's bordering on 300 pounds and not much of it wasted body space. He is a powerhouse. Frank Parker sending Steve Ramsey across, and I'm telling you, if the ring didn't move, my eyes deceive me. Good open fist punches by the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion in this non-title matchup.
And there's that drop kick. Frank Parker usually gets a little bit higher, but working right on the gut and the abdomen, aimed it right perfectly in the middle of Mad Dog. And look, as we see Dr. Roger Ham meandering his way out to ringside.
And you can see under his jacket the MSW Heavyweight Championship belt, the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Champion. Okay, Parker's done. He's got bigger fish to fry now.
More like a chicken.
He's distracted and gets his knee clipped out from underneath him by Mad Dog Steve Ramsey. Dr. Roger Ham came out here and distracted Frank the Tank.
There's some pretty stiff kicks right there. Mad Dog, a brawler, able to use those kicks.
This is 2 weeks in a row we've seen him. He shows some technical wrestling skills, but he seems like he would rather just knock teeth out of you.
He missed with the punch, was able to regain his balance. Picks up Frank Parker, shoots him across the ring. Big clothesline right there on Frank the Tank Parker with the distraction outside of Dr. Roger Ham. Able to kick out still.
Nowhere near a pinfall. A lot of life left in Frank the Tank Parker. Mad Dog Steve Ramsey's gonna have to try a different tact.
Kick to the stomach.
Nice leg drop there by Mad Dog. Taking the champion down. Time to capitalize.
Wasting way too much time. He looked at the crowd. You can't do that. Frank the Tank Parker is a legend here in West Virginia, Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama. You can't waste any time with Frank Parker, and that's exactly what he's doing. Frank Parker misses, or moves, forcing Ramsey to miss with a leg drop.
I'd have loved to have seen Frank Parker be one of the Sweet 16 for the NWA Heavyweight Championship. He's a fighting champion. He'll take on anybody. His battles with the War Machine are infamous. Now he has to come up one more time
Dr. Roger Ham getting involved one more time, distracted Frank Parker.
Low blow by the Mad Dog, Steve Ramsey.
The referee, Charles Rue, couldn't tell if that was an attempt at a roll-up or if that's actually a low blow, which is why the match continues.
But it was painfully obvious where we were at. Parker wants that belt. He wants Roger Ham so bad. Roger Ham just staying just out of arm's reach. Now you got the Mad Dog working over Frank Parker, choking him on the center rope. Referee Charles Rue having to break him up after a 5 count. Roger Ham's enjoying himself. He's loving this.
But there will be a day, a time, and a place where Roger Ham will get his comeuppance, and we'll see how much he dances and prances and jokes around ringside. One of these days, he's going to be left in the ring crying, courtesy of Frank the Tank Parker.
Mad Dog Steve Ramsey working on the ligaments of the leg here.
Elbow drop, it looks like he was aiming for the thigh, but may have aimed a little bit too high for the comfort of Frank the Tank Parker.
Both men up to their feet now. He sends the champion across to the ring. And a cartwheel elbow by Mad Dog Steve Ramsey. Showing some agility here. All right, the champ was able to move. Maybe some karma coming back the way of Mad Dog. What comes around goes around. What you hurt on some people gets hurt on yourself. Big fist by Frank the Tank Parker, your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Champion. Took some doing, he's got him up.
Ramsey tried to block it the best he could, still fighting it. He's got a little life left in him, but no more.
This one should be it. 1, 2, and your 3 count.
Roger Ham better move, because here comes Frank Parker, and he is a tank, and he's ready to run.
The winner of your match, your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Frank the Tank Parker!
I'm coming for you, Roger! I'm coming!
This is NWA, Mountain State Wrestling Commissioner Larry Light. And if you'd like to have your club, your school, or your civic organization sponsor NWA Mountain State Wrestling in your town, give us a call at 304-673-2054, or you can write us at NWA Mountain State Wrestling, Post Office Box 459, Beckley, West Virginia 25802, or you can contact us at mountainstatewrestling.com.
NWA Mountain State Wrestling action right here on Fox, West Virginia. I'm King Bibb. My partner this evening is the world-famous Buddy Love, and you're looking at Tony the Worm Richardson, buddy.
And what a change we have seen in Tony Worm Richardson over the course of the last couple of months. He's lost the favor of the fans. He's turned his back on 2 young up-and-coming stars that he had taken under his wing and kind of became a mama bird and just pushed him out of the nest with a little boot to the gut on the way down.
Well, I'm telling you, you saw Ricky Shane getting raked across the eyes and delivering a DDT on the Worm in Princeton. You saw Sean O'Sullivan, who the Worm has taken on this evening, have similar mistakes. Tony the Worm Richardson just got tired of it. He says, boys, you're on your own, and I am too. And last week, Tony the Worm Richardson took on Raw Talent Ricky Shane one-on-one. And there's the Irish Iron Man himself, Sean O'Sullivan. The fans are really into him. He's going all the way down the length of the bleachers and had some words for the crowd at home.
Sean O'Sullivan is still nursing a knee injury. Johnny Blast, Jason Kincaid, and others have all put a bullseye on that left knee. The knee brace was ripped off, and then ever since then he's been walking with a limp. But today he's fighting through it to take on Tony Richardson.
Sean O'Sullivan, a young up-and-comer, a lot of potential in this guy. But if they can cut him short, end a career before it blossoms. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from Damascus, Virginia, he is Tony the Worm Richardson. The crowd's loving him. His opponent hails from Dublin, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, the Irish Iron Man himself, Sean O'Sullivan. Brian Bubba Kyle is your referee. Bubba Kyle signaling for the bell, and the action is underway. The teacher taking on the student, so to say.
Young lion versus old lion. That's from Rocky IV.
Yes, indeed, it is. Great movie.
Great movie.
Good movie. Yeah, Apollo Creed. Yeah, great. Died in that movie.
That was sad.
Very sad. Very sad. Burgess Meredith died in Rocky III.
Yeah. But it's good to see Apollo Creed reemerge in Thunder in Paradise.
I love it. I love it. Okay, clean break by Tony Richardson. Okay. Sean O'Sullivan sizing him up here. Now, remember last week right here on NWA Mountain State, the first couple of lockups went decidedly to Ricky Shane, who came out of it with scoop slams right off the bat.
Sean O'Sullivan going right to work in the corner. The 10 punches. But Bubba Kyle interferes and makes sure that he gets a clean break out of the corner.
Bubba Kyle, great referee. Not much gets past him. Clothesline by Sean O'Sullivan. Sean's a big, thick fella. He is strong, and he gets some fingers shoved directly into his eyes, courtesy of Worm.
Sent out crashing hard to the floor, right in front of the camera. Make sure you back away from the TV, kids. This could get ugly.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not try this at home. Most of us are trained professionals. Then there's those of us who sit here in the chairs, and Tony Richardson's got a chair. Oh!
He tried to block it. He saw it at the last second and got the arm and the head there.
Look at the chair.
Oh my goodness. That's skull and flesh and bone that forced that dent.
Oh man! All right.
Apparently this is no holds barred, as Bubba Kyle has not rung the bell, and some foreign object use has been used, including the post.
Were we still affiliated with TNA, I'd do my usual thing and call it X Division, but TNA no longer a part of the National Wrestling Alliance. Tony Richardson sizing up Sean O'Sullivan for another chair shot.
And Bubba's letting it play out here.
There's no count on the outside.
And a
Reversal.
Shoulder right into the post.
Sean's got his own. What's Sean got? Sean's choking Worm out. Sean's choking Worm out right there on the floor. Now Bubba Kyle executing a count. Where was the count when the chair was used? Where in the world? This is some hardcore action here between Tony Richardson and Sean O'Sullivan.
It's pandemonium.
Finally, the men are back in the ring. Sullivan hitting a low blow. Worm going for a quick pin.
Using the ropes, and he got to pin.
Here is your winner by pinfall, Tony the Worm Richardson. What an... Your words fail me at this point, but I'm going to try to keep on talking. I have not seen aggression like that in a while, not even from the likes of Johnny Blast or the Bunkhouse Boys. And here's Tony the Worm Richardson using everything but the kitchen sink to try to stop Sean O'Sullivan.
Then he had to cheat and use the ropes.
What a match. Guys, you want to talk about a match? We got a tag team titles on the line. The Bunkhouse Boys versus Ricky Shane and Dynamite Derek Billings, and that's up next on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. Stay tuned.
Sean O'Sullivan, now you can say, you can go home and tell your mommy, you can go home and tell your daddy that you've been in the ring with a true professional. You can say, Worm just whipped the snot plumb out of me. You can go in, you can show them the marks across your forehead, you can show them the hand slaps across your chest, you can show them the crooks and the nicks and the dings all over your back, all over your body. You earned them tonight, brother. Every time you come back into the ring, whether it be against me, whether it be against Frank Parker, whether it be against the Bunkhouse Boys, you're in the big time now. Don't forget it.
And welcome back, fans. Buddy Love, Dean Bibb, for the NWA Mountain State Tag Team titles being put on the line by the Bunkhouse Boys. And the Bunkhouse Boys, their record now unscathed as they have lost in an NWA Tag Team title match. But the problem was Sean O'Sullivan was tabbed to be in that match, was injured, replaced by Ricky Shane. NWA overturned the ruling, and that's why their titles are still right there with the Bunkhouse Boys.
That's right, that was Michael Cook and Ricky Shane in Princeton, West Virginia. The National Wrestling Alliance held up the titles for us. So we had a rematch that took place in Hampton, West Virginia, and the Bunkhouse Boys, by hook or by crook, more crook than hook, regained the championship belts. Big Willie, the Bandit, the Bunkhouse Boys from Waco, Texas, coming all the way over here to Union, West Virginia to take on Raw Talent Ricky Shane and Derek Billings. Derek Billings, two-time tag team champion. Ricky Shane, for a brief instant, was a tag team champion. Let's see how this one shapes up here. This should be a really fine tag team matchup.
You got two former Rookies of the Year right there. Derek Billings and Ricky Shane have both held that title, and they're going for two more titles right now, the tag team titles.
Well, I tell you, Derek Billings, I'm sure, would love to have a third tag team title reign. Ricky Shane probably just wants to have one that's going to last more than 72 hours, you know? He got a taste of it. You know he's wanting it. And they got their sights set on it. Tag team title action right here on Fox West Virginia. It's NWA Mountain State in your living room. Thanks for tuning in. Big Willie giving the cameraman his hat. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Introducing first your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They hail from Waco, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, they are Big Willie Blackheart and the Bandit, the Bunkhouse Boys. And introducing their challengers from Raleigh, North Carolina, the pride of the Triad. Ladies and gentlemen, Raw Talent Rue getting a lot of high-profile matches here since becoming a referee at NWA Mountain State. Experience in the Memphis, Tennessee area and also Marietta, Georgia throughout the 90s in the professional wrestling independent circuit. And we're glad to have him here.
Oh, I did not know that.
Absolutely, the man can tell some stories. Half of them will be true. Timekeeper Chris Rue rings the bell. And Raw Talent gets the crowd into it. I still cannot get over what I just saw. Tony the Worm Richardson beating Sean O'Sullivan with ring posts, with chairs. Sean O'Sullivan choking Worm out with something from the fans. Worm beating O'Sullivan over the head with a soda pop can. What an incredible evening. What an incredible day for professional wrestling. Arm drags now by Raw Talent Ricky Shane. The Bandit doesn't know whether to or cry help. Charles Rue checking to see if tights were pulled. Bandit with his new ring attire over the past couple of months. Looking reminiscent of late 80s Manny Fernandez with the single shoulder ring gear. The fans are into it here in Union, West Virginia. And we want to thank the Monroe County Shrine Club for having us here. Bandit working over the arm of Raw Talent Ricky Shane. Works it into a hammerlock. Bandit, the smaller of the two bunkhouse boys, as Big Willie rings the cowbell just for the sheer annoyance of it. Coming up next, our main event, Buddy Love, a lumberjack match between Johnny Blast and the Maestro. Snap suplex. And an elbow.
Charles Rue, a little slow getting position, allows maybe Bandit the needed time to kick out of there, but nice kicks right there by the big-footed youngster. Big Willie Blackheart lumbers into the ring and kicks Derek Billings to break the count.
A couple of weeks ago, low blow there. A couple of weeks ago, Big Willie teamed up with one of the Texas Outlaws in Princeton, West Virginia at a house show. Good tag team matchup. Saw them defeating Raw Talent Ricky Shane and Jazzy. Jazzy taking a serious injury during that match, but he's reported to be back very soon to NWA Mountain State. Ricky Shane's getting his time in the sun, and Big Willie's getting some illegal ring time in, choking out Dynamite Derek Billings.
Raw Talent doing nothing but hurting his partner, trying to get over to help him.
Inexperience coming into play there. And no tag.
Ew, Big Willie Blackheart looking for some finger food.
Raw Talent Ricky Shane trying to pump. Well, Raw Talent Ricky Shane going down to the mat. Ah, thumbs in the eyes, man. Biting fingers, thumbs in the eyes. Could these guys possibly be rule breakers anymore?
I think it's probably possible.
Here's Bandit scooping up Derek Billings for a slam on the floor. And the fans here in Union, they're just watching this beatdown. Raw Talent Ricky Shane, while this is going on, trying to get involved with Big Willie. The Bandit just taking his time outside the ring, sizing up Derek Billings for more damage, throws him in the ring. Ricky Shane telling him there's no tag.
When the Bunkhouse Boys are such a respected tag team, Charles Rue just has to kind of go along with the flow.
Right. We gotta. Go ahead.
I mean, like I said, the Bunkhouse Boys are a respected tag team, and there's really not a whole lot you can do to stop them. And a kick to the very, very low abdomen.
Extremely low abdomen.
Almost to the leg even.
Derek Billings very slow to get out. And there's Bandit playing Ricky Shane again. This time Charles Roode physically restraining Raw Talent Ricky Shane.
No
Meanwhile,
tag made.
the ribs exposed and getting softened up. They are just pummeling the fan favorite from Princeton. That is good teamwork. You have to admit that. It's not legal and it ain't pretty, but they know what they're doing out there. High backdrop. And
Derek Billings crashing to the mat. And you see the bunkhouse boys, the experienced veteran Bandit is all the way halfway across the ring using his own bull rope as the tag rope.
Very
Charles
clever.
Roode.
And now, Big Willie using his shirt to choke out Derek Billings.
Ricky Shane got in just for a second to help try to break it up. In any event, Bandit is in there to apply the rear naked choke and he delivered some brutal crossfaces.
Derek Billings in desperate need of a tag right now. And although he's only 4 feet away from his corner, it might as well be a mile. Because he has to break the hold that Bandit has on him and get over there and tag.
He's able to deliver 2 elbows, but now gets a high knee for his effort.
Bandit just working Derek Billings over. Tilt-a-whirl slam. I think Derek Billings was trying to go for a Hurricane Rana and had enough momentum to take Bandit down.
Didn't quite lock in on the head scissors, but was enough to throw Bandit off balance. Because when you go up for a move, carrying so much weight, using that momentum, any shift or change is going to throw you off balance, and that's why both wrestlers are down right now.
That was actually a very smart move by Dynamite Derek Billings. And here's the tag to Ricky Shane. Ricky Shane working over both of the bunkhouse boys while Derek Billings regains his composure. Spin kick by Derek Billings. There's Ricky Shane and both men up on the ropes delivering the fists.
And a low blow. Derek Billings dumped to the outside unceremoniously. Ricky Shane trying to apply the sleeper, but Big Willie's just too big.
He's got it now.
The sleeper has applied. Bandit going for the cowbell. Oh, Lord, right to the back of the skull.
Oh, and Big Willie, by virtue of just falling over, has the cup manhandling the referee just in time for a count.
And Big Willie rolls over and he's got the pinfall. I don't know if he knows about it.
Here are your winners and still NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Bunkhouse Boys. Well, as Derek Billings is on the floor surrounded by caring fans, the hardware is being handed over to the champs. You know, it's wonderful to cheer your guys on, but a little bit of air would go a long way right now for Dynamite Derek Billings.
We got our main event match. It's the Lumberjack match. Coming up next, it's Johnny Blast, the Maestro, right here on Fox West Virginia WVNS-DT TV.
Woo!
We're back in just a minute.
Maestro, you're getting a little bit too familiar around here in West Virginia. I beat you once. I sent you home. I didn't expect to see you again. You want to come back for more? Then come back for more. Come back to Mountain State Wrestling. You want to talk about Johnny Blast running? Well, you got me tonight right here on MSW TV in a lumberjack match. And you got all your buddies behind you, so I can't run. But you forgot, I got people with me too, so you can't run. You think you just brought people to help you? I got people to help me too. Maestro, this time when I beat you and send you home, you're going home for good.
And welcome back, fans. Johnny Blast made his way to the ring, followed by his group of lumberjacks, led by Tony Richardson, the Mad Dog, also the legendary luchador El Diablo, and of course Jason the Gift Kincaid.
This is gonna be ugly. I know the NWA sanctions this match, but the point is to keep the guys in the ring, to make it real unpleasant if they come out. Roll them back in. Kick them a little bit. It's beautiful.
Bubba Kyle's going to have his work cut out for him, as he's got to keep order in and outside the ring with all these wrestlers, these egos, the high tensions. There's going to be a lot of problems here. Bubba Kyle's got his work cut out for him. I hope he packed a lunch, because he's putting in an overtime tonight.
I'm telling you what, in this week's main event here on Fox West Virginia, you're going to see the entire locker rooms cleared out for security around the ring. And it's time to start spreading the news, because the Maestro's in town. The fans here in Union are in for a treat tonight.
Start spreading the news.
Sing it, Bubba. And here comes the opposing locker room. You've got Billy Litt, Yokozuna, Sean O'Sullivan, the god of all rednecks, Michael Cook. On the opposing side, you got Mad Dog Steve Ramsey, the Gift Jason Kincaid, Diablo Jr., Tony Richardson.
But we don't. Who is this guy in the black with red?
That is Yokozuna. He made his debut in Bud, West Virginia. He hails from Kobe, Japan. The following is a lumberjack match sanctioned by the NWA of Mountain State Wrestling. It is your main event. Introducing first, from Roswell, New Mexico, he is Johnny Blast. His opponent needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, international wrestling sensation, the Maestro. And ladies and gentlemen, the NWA Mountain State Wrestling roster serving as lumberjacks.
Not all of it.
Brian Bubba Kyle, your referee. Well, okay. I guess there was a day when being a lumberjack meant something.
Jaya back into the ropes. This is going to be ugly, a brutal match. You're not going to see a lot of planning and strategy. You're just going to see a lot of fighting. These guys really do not like each other.
2 men on each side of the ring.
That makes 8 total lumberjacks. I went to school.
Hey, man, you beat me to that, man. Side headlock applied by the man from Roswell that everyone loves to hate, Johnny Blast. So, you know, Johnny Blast doesn't mind hating a few people either. He doesn't care whether he's popular or not. He's going to be successful. He's going to get his gold. He's going to win his matches by hook or by crook. Great reversal by Strode, moving through an upper wrist lock.
Johnny Blast did win some gold in the form of a plaque as 2006 Most Hated Wrestler of West Virginia. As a title, although dubious, he does revel in it.
I think he enjoys it. Now see, he started to roll to the outside. And there was Yokozuna and Michael Cook. Okay, So you've got Worm, you've got Diablo Jr., Mad Dog, and Kincaid all giving words of encouragement to Johnny Blast, who returns to the side headlock.
Now I was gonna say one interesting thing we got to watch for is Sean O'Sullivan and Worm are on opposite sides of the ring. I wonder how long that's gonna last.
I'd be willing to bet not long. Big scoop slam, Maestro. Maestro delivers Johnny Blast, and Blast tried to come out, and there was Sean O'Sullivan in his face. This is some great excitement. A wonderful main event. You got Johnny Blast on his side of the ring trying to get his composure, but trust me, at some point, somebody's gonna wind up on the opposite end outside of the ring. And that's where the fun's gonna start in this lumberjack match, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Blast delivering some close fists to the forehead of the Maestro. Sending him into the corner. Maestro is reeling and rocking, and here's Johnny Blast. He's gonna work the left leg. Maestro trying to gain some ground on Johnny Blast, trying to wrench his neck a little bit, get him to break the holds. But Blast is able to apply a lot of pressure from that position. Now a leg drop on the left leg there, buddy.
That left leg is going to suffer some pain throughout this matchup.
You got
right
Worm.
there. Michael Cook hesitant to get involved in a 4-on-1.
He and Yokoshino, they moved over there, but like you said, hesitant to get involved.
That's a lot of numbers, a 4-on-2 on the outside of the ring. Especially when they're out here as lumberjacks supporting the Stro, but you really don't have that kind of a, you don't really have that dog in the fight necessarily. You're there to enforce the rules, but you don't want to get yourself in a position where you're going to get hurt.
You're here to keep people in the ring where the combat can go on in the ring. That's a very good point. A career-ending injury could happen anytime. A severe concussion could put you out for a couple of months. Stro back up to his feet. Top block by Johnny Blast.
Now, in saying that about Michael Cook and what's his name?
Yokoshino.
And
there you got a beatdown going on over there. Stro on the other side. And now you got Jason Kincaid getting involved with Billy Litt.
Now, the reason you see that the guys in Johnny Blast's corner are attacking Stro at every opportunity, it's a simple fact. Stro's a star. He's a name. He's a legend. He's well known. They feel slighted. They think he's here taking their spotlight, taking their adoration that the fans are supposed to give them, and that's why they're involved.
And you know what? If they could say, I'm the man that ended the Maestro's career, how much steam did Greg Valentine get by breaking Wahoo McDaniel's leg? You think about it. Johnny Blast learning the hard way that time. Maestro getting some steam, some wind in the old sails. Big chop. Another big chop, and Blast is in the corner, fighting his way out. Irish whip reversal by Stro, sends him in on top of Bubba Kyle.
Bubba Kyle is down. He was sandwiched. The wrestler's coming to check on him. A roll-up.
And we got Frank Parker chasing Dr. Roger Ham. There's no referee to make the count.
Frank Parker still wants his title belt.
Roger Ham's in the ring. Oh!
That'll knock out a couple of those doctorate classes.
Absolutely.
The fight will go on outside the ring. Frank Parker still after Roger Ham.
This is insane. This is pandemonium. Stro taking Johnny Blast to the mat and going for the submission hold. The FU applied.
STF in full effect. And Johnny Blast is tapped out.
That's it. This match is history. Here is your winner by submission, the Maestro. Another notch in the belt for a living legend, the Maestro. He's been in WCW. He's been in Smoky Mountain. He's been all over the world. And now, coming to NWA Mountain State Wrestling and getting wins by pinfall and by submission.
The Stro victorious. And we'll be back in just a moment to wrap it up right here in Fox, West Virginia, and WVNS TT-TV. Back in seconds.
This is NWA, Mountain State Wrestling Commissioner Larry Light. And if you'd like to have your club, your school, or your civic organization sponsor NWA Mountain State Wrestling in your town, give us a call at 304-673-2054, or you can write us at NWA Mountain State Wrestling, Post Office Box 459, Beckley, West Virginia 25802, or you can contact us at mountainstatewrestling.com.
NWA Mountain State. You just saw firsthand another classic with Johnny Blast and myself. Johnny Blast has been a thorn in the Stroh's side ever since he's arrived in NWA Mountain State. But my friend, you know, and all the fans know that the Stroh has your number. And I'm coming for you. Because this year is a Stroh for the gold. That's right, Stroh's going for all the gold. He's going for the NWA World title. That's right. Who ends up being the champ. Ha, look out. And not only that, I'm going for any title, any championship, because the Stroh is on fire! And I'm ready to rock! So gear up Johnny Blast, and gear up all the great champions in NWA, because the Stroh is coming for you. It's in my greatness, it's in my heritage, it's my life. Wrestling is my life. I'm born and bred it, and I'll be doggone if I'll die being the best. I am the best. And to be the best, you have to beat the best. So come on, bring the best you got, because the Stroh and all his fans is ready to rock. Ooh la la.
Hey, this is Buddy Love wrapping up another exciting week. A great 2 weeks here in Union, West Virginia. The Maestro made Johnny Blast tap out. I'm sure we're going to hear some more fallout from that. A great week. Dr. Roger Ham still running around with the NWA Heavyweight Championship belt. Frank Tate Parker, he's going to get his revenge, get his belt back. We got another great week right here on Fox, West Virginia. We'll see you in 7 days, 12 high noon. See you then.